Okay, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to restart this video. So I've already drawn on it, so that's okay, but I realized I told you guys rows and columns the wrong thing, or described them the wrong way in the video before this, so we're gonna do it again. Okay, so in this we're talking about two-way tables, which is where we're looking at two sets of data and comparing them. So the example on your homework says, or on your notes say, you randomly survey students in your school about their grades on their last test and whether they studied for the test. The two-way table shows your results. Each entry on the table is called a joint frequency. Okay, these numbers right here are your data, and those are called joint frequencies. So coming to example number 1, it says how many of the students in the survey studied and passed. So it is important to know that we have rows that go horizontal and columns that go vertical. I will be using the correct vocabulary, so make sure you know the difference between those. Okay, so here if we're looking at the column for kids that studied, we have 21 kids and 1 kid, which becomes 22. So that means 22 kids total studied. However, it's wanting studied and passed. So if I also go to the row and I look at the kids that have passed, if I look at studied and passed, it ends up being 21. So that's how I get that 21 students. Okay, and then it says the sums and the rows of the columns in a two-way table are called marginal frequencies. So I just started coming in here and putting in my marginal frequencies. Okay, so if I have my columns, we have 21 and 1 is 22, 2 and 6 is 8, 21 and 22, or sorry, 21 and 2 is 23, 1 and 6 is 7. Now, once you have your marginal frequencies, you should have, if I add either in the columns or in the rows, I should have the same amount of total students. Meaning, if I do 22 plus 8, I end up with 30. If I do 23 plus 7, I also get 30. So that means there were a total of 30 students that were surveyed. So if I were to come in here and interpret my marginal frequencies, I would say that there were 22 students who studied. Okay, 22 students studied. I have 8 students that did not study. I have 23 students that passed their test. I have 7 students that did not pass their test. And then again, this right here is my total number of students. Boop. Okay, so that is the first part of two-way tables. So I will get this uploaded and put on the stream. Okay, thanks guys. See you at 11:30, I think is when we do ours.